From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Morreale and Hitch.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Morreale and Hitch podcast. This is going to be a short one. We've taken 16 minutes for Rob to figure out how to use his computer, and now we just end up using his phone. So if he's not in frame and he's discolored in any way, or you can't hear him, this is the joy of Morreale and Hitch podcast. We have no idea what's going to happen. What happened to you? Got home late, eh?
Listen, I'm mad right now. This isn't good. I'm on my phone. Gonna get in trouble by everybody. I got my new light. Got a new light. Tried to install some things today, and you know what? Nothing's working on this. I have a dinosaur computer that I had to go back to. So
I got in trouble last week, eh? I got in trouble last week because I had stuff behind me on the shelves, and I took everything down.
You didn't get in trouble.
I did.
Oh, boy.
Sidebar. I had a sidebar conversation. Got in trouble. Got my hands down.
So anyways, the limited people that watch this, it doesn't matter anyway. So they're not going to watch it anyway. So it doesn't matter if you see me. As long as you can hear, that's fine.
Exactly. You know, okay, we're going to get started today. This show is going to be in honor of two special people, especially one special person, Steve Townsend, and his mom, Barb. So we're just going to put them in our prayers. Long-time Ticat fans, long time. Great people to us, part of the family, and we just want to think about them today. So we're going to put that out at the outset. I think they'd want us to just continue to do our thing, whatever it is our thing is. But we love them both, and just wanted to say a special shout out to Barb and Steve.
Yeah, same thing, Mike. Two wonderful people that have been in the Hamilton organization for 45 years in season tickets, and just been a staple with the Ticats, especially Steve and Barb. You know, Steve coming to every single game since he was 5 years old, and we're with you. We love you, and we appreciate everything you've done.
Exactly. So with that being said, we're on to the show. We got a special guest today. I don't know if he's here, Butko. Butko's not feeling well. Butko told me we woke up with a bit of a head cold. So
not enough pre.
What's up, buddy? How you feeling? Not good, eh?
You're on mute.
It's not the best. I just woke up terrible. I'm sure our audience wants to hear me all flattened up and sickly.
Well, we could get Simoni on.
Oh, you just gave away the guest.
You know what? At this point, come on. At this point, he's been waiting.
Worst.
He's been waiting in the lobby.
Butko, is he in the lobby? He's not even in the lobby.
You told me to send him away, and he's gone now.
Okay, this is the funny thing. This is how. Okay, so he came on the show. First of all, he was on the show. Butko let him in before the show, which never happens.
We weren't even on.
Yes, he was. Simoni was already on. When I turned it on, I'm like, why is Simoni's box on this screen? Turns out Butko let him in because he has a head cold. And then we send him away. I said 5 minutes. I said, come back in 5 minutes. It's been 18 minutes, and he still hasn't returned. So that's our fault, Butko. Your fault, number one, for letting him on. Number two, never give a guy like that a few minutes. There's no minutes, don't matter. Minutes could be hours. We'll never see him again.
He got caught up in something there at the stadium.
He got caught up in something.
Yeah, 100%.
So when he comes back on, now that it's ruined, we are going to have the best defensive player of all time in the Ticats join us today, Simoni Lawrence. And Rob, you're still number one. You know what number one is for me? Who do you think my favorite defensive player? I'll give you my top three favorite defensive players of all time. Oh, top! I got to do five.
Five, eh?
I got to do five because I just keep things popping into my head.
It's got to be like we're going back some old school stuff.
Yes,
too.
Of course.
So I'm thinking Ange Mosca.
Oh, I didn't even think of Ange.
Well, both ways. But Ange, you got to do top 10 now. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. Okay, let me give you the ones that popped into my head.
Ben Zambiazzi.
You, Ben, Montford, Les Browne.
Yeah.
And then Ange, I guess, would be the fifth. He'd have to be. And then the guy like Simoni, it just, I didn't get a chance to, like, I didn't grow up watching him. So it's got a little bit different. I think Simoni's incredible. He should be in that top 5, but boy, what a top 5, 10, 15, 20 we would have in
Yeah,
Hamilton.
well, how about like when you say Les Browne, 100%, 89 picks, no one's ever going to catch his interception record, but he only played for the Cats for like a year or two, didn't he?
Handful of years. Yeah.
Was it a handful? I didn't think it was that long. I thought he
I
was.
don't think it was more than 3. I don't think it was more than 3.
Look that up, Bucko. Look that up.
Yeah.
See, Les Browne.
Because
I
then,
think maybe 2
because
or
if we
3.
go by years, then we got to slide other people in. Because there's
Yeah,
got to be a longevity piece here, right?
I
But I'm
agree.
missing tons of guys. Mike Walker, Paul
Oh,
Bennett. I mean, oh my God.
Henley.
Yep, Garney Henley.
Yeah, yeah. There's a
Oh,
lot. I mean, you're Mike. We're talking 100
yeah,
years, right? Like it's yeah. But top 3, you gotta. I mean, without the guys that are playing both ways, that just played straight D. I mean, back in the day, we played both ways in high school, but you can't do. Imagine doing that in pro. Oh,
no,
no,
no.
you can't. You can't.
I don't even know, and this is the good studying we've done. The top tackler is it now Simoni? Did he take over
Yeah.
from you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
He took it over like 2 years ago. He's like, I don't know. He's like 100 over me now.
but you're second,
I'm second. Yeah,
and
but if
where
you
Joe
had,
must
yeah,
be up there too. No,
Joe's up there, yeah, for a D lineman. He's got like
he's got a
380 or
lot.
something like that. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I played safety for pretty well the majority of the career. When guys got hurt, I went down to will linebacker and
Yeah,
probably made more. But when your safety's making 10 tackles a
that's
game,
not
it's probably not very good.
good. No,
It's,
that's not.
it's probably not good. So, I mean, the tackle thing for me was, yeah, I guess it's great because I always wanted to come up in the play and make a tackle and make a play. But we had so many good front sevens that we played for that I couldn't get to the line of scrimmage in time to make a tackle, right? So, but yeah, there's so many guys out there that are deserving. But Simoni's one heck of, well, geez, he's just he's unbelievable. Like watching
Yeah,
him is his everything he does on the field. Again, we watched him, but we didn't really watch him because we weren't, you know what I
it
mean?
was
We're
just
kids.
different. We watch
Yeah.
different. We watch it differently when you're like, you know what I mean. But I think about all the younger fans, or even the fans that are still fans. Simoni's got to be up there. Simoni's going on the wall.
Oh,
He's going to the wall at some point, whenever that may be. But he's going to
yeah.
go up there. I still
Wall
think
and Hall.
guys, Wall and Hall. That's
Yeah.
right. And I still
Yeah.
think there's a few guys, from our generation that are probably going up there. But Simoni, from this latest generation, has to. Him and probably Luke, I say for sure.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Tasker got to be, and Brandon Meggs. Those would be the 3. And then you got Fantus, but same thing with Andy, right? Like Andy he played very well here, but he also played very well in Saskatchewan. He's already, I think, on their,
He
I don't know,
is.
Hall of Honor, Plaza of Honor they have there, and rightfully so. And even in Hamilton, I mean, gosh, you've had so many good people. We've lost Simoni, eh? Simoni's gone, just decided to go for a walk around the block. Butko? Yeah.
Hey Bucko, how many did Les Browne play?
How many years did he play?
Yeah.
Oh, you think he
For the
was doing
Ticats?
research?
Yeah.
4
You
years,
think-
84 to 88.
Oh, 4 years, eh? Okay.
Do you
So
think he was listening to us?
he did. He was.
Nice,
I
Butko.
forgot the name. I wasn't sure what actual stat I was supposed to be looking at, but
Okay.
I got.
So
I
4
got it.
years, I guess so. I don't know why I thought it was 2, but anyways, that's good.
It might actually be 5. 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. 5 years.
If you do the math that way.
Well, the proper way. Oh my God. So
So
listen,
hey, listen,
we're not
we're
allowed to
not
talk
really.
about the fans.
Yeah, we're not supposed to talk about the Cats because there's so much on the Ticats audio network about the Cats. I did the game last night, Mitzi. I did
Yeah,
it with Bubs. We did the pregame, halftime, and postgame, and I had an opportunity to talk a lot about. It's really the first time that I sat down and did looked at the game, watched the game like play by play. Because when we're at the game, like we can't watch the game. There's people coming up to us all the time. You never get to watch a series. So I went up to the 7th floor and during the first and second quarter and just kind of sat up there and you get
how
a really
far
high
away is
vantage point. It's really cool up there just to actually watch a game. So I saw some things, and we talked about it last night on the post game. Their defense is in trouble. They're giving up average 30 points a game. Yesterday they threw up 44. They probably could have threw up 60. But it was just, yeah, it wasn't fun to watch as a fan, and doing the commentating and talking about it after the game was difficult too with Milanovic. And it was just, what do you say to guys? You're 0-5, you're going into a bye week, and is it good to get a week off and then come back fresh? Well, you're 0-5. I don't think guys are going on vacation. I think they're going to be in watching film and working out and getting ready to play the Argos. They got the Argos next, so it's not. They got Argos, Edmonton, Montreal in the next 3 games, so it's going to be. It'll be tough because the Argos are really good too. So we'll see.
Montreal, ooh. But the whole bye week thing. I mean, I love the bye week, but going into a bye week on a win
Yeah,
is like icing on the cake. Going into the bye week on a lose is torture because it could theoretically change the coach's whole idea of what he wants to do in that week off. It could have
yeah,
been, hey, you got 5 days off. Now it's like, no, you're back tomorrow.
yeah. Well, we asked Scott. We asked him that, like, basically, where do you go from here? And all he said was, there's gonna be a lot of evaluating, which, I mean, it's a perfect answer, right? They're going to evaluate. The players got to look themselves in the mirror. The coaching staff's got to say, "Hey, am I putting these guys in the right positions?" Like, it's all, it's 0-5, but again, we talked about it. You could be 8-10 and go to the playoffs. We did it a few times, but you can't start thinking playoffs right now. You got to get your first win, and it's going to be a tough task against the Argos coming up in 2 weeks. So,
Yeah.
hey,
Well,
speaking
that's
about
that's
speaking
our
about
thought.
speaking about the bye week. Remember, getting off topic here a second, but remember the bye week, how I think it was, I forget what it was, but we lost the game, and it was during rundown, and I was going up north, and you remember Dave Hack, Jimmy,
Oh,
and a couple of guys were so mad because Ronnie
so
Lancaster said I only practiced for like maybe half an hour, and I had like a 7-hour drive up. I was taking my nephew because everyone already was up there for the week. Do you remember? I got
oh yeah,
Hacker was so mad.
so
He
mad. He's still mad.
that Oh, he's still mad. He still talks about it. We bug him. He says, "Do you remember you left for the cottage like a half an hour after before practice?" And I'm like, when I look back on it, what's an extra 45 minutes of practice? But he let me go. I just left the practice to get up there. But you know what? It was, when you look back on it now, it's like, you know what? We lost the game. Probably should have spent the that extra 45 with the team and did some stuff. I mean, we had a week off after, but I remember he was so mad.
There's a lot of things when I look back, I was like, maybe I should have done this better. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, or maybe. But hey, it's part of the game. But yeah, it's tough, right? Because the boys are looking for somebody just to crush,
Yeah.
and if you're getting preferential treatment, then guess what? You're gonna get it. That's the way it
Oh yeah.
goes.
It was okay because we won the next bunch of games anyway, so it was
There you
good.
go. I don't remember. I couldn't even tell you what year that was or what
I don't
happened.
know either.
I
But
don't even
all I know is Hacker was mad.
Packer's
And
still.
and listen, what if, I know Simoni and Courtney have a podcast as well, right, Butko? I think they have one. Imagine if we were on there and we were late like this.
Crazy.
We're gonna have to bust him when he comes on, eh?
This is the chicken fund.
Yeah,
This
the
is the
chicken
chicken
fun.
fund for sure, for sure. But
I
go,
don't
what's
know.
happening? This is bad when we got to
Got
go
him
to
a
you this
text.
early. You sent him a text.
Yeah, said, do you want to hop on now, please?
All right. Maybe he went back to bed. I don't know.
You know what, Mike? Maybe he's tired of you and I, last guys that won the cup. I don't know.
Listen, what we can't do anything about it, Rob. That's
I
up to
know.
somebody else now.
Why does my head look like my dad's?
Just
I
that's
look
good.
big.
No,
I look puffy. I look big. I don't know
got a
why.
big head.
No,
That
I don't. It's just
back
this
away.
camera. This camera angle's small here. I don't know why. It's not as
Your
big as yours,
face.
Butko.
No, you got a nice big round face, Bucko. Looks nice.
Fellow water buffalo.
Bucko woke up puffy. He woke up
Yeah,
puffy. He's retaining water.
yeah,
It's
he
not
is.
usually what it looks like. You look a lot better than that, Bucko, which isn't saying much
No,
at all.
it's
Very
not.
little, actually.
It
Okay.
is.
Bucko, what's happening?
I think Simoni's offended that you came in the meeting and said, "Hey, Simoni, get out of here. What are you doing?"
Yeah, yeah. And whose fault's that?
He was
David
all hyped
Buckner.
up. He was setting up his. Well, I won't give it away. He was setting up his set,
Yeah, he has a set.
and you said, "Get lost."
Who? We don't talk to people who have sets.
No.
That's no. That's the new Pepsi generation. No
Yeah.
sets. There's no sets. We're lucky Rob and I even get the cameras to work.
Yeah. Well, not today.
No, exactly. But we find a way. We find a way to do it. So while we're waiting for we can talk a little bit about, maybe like summer plans. What's Butko do in the summer?
Working Ticats.
Boy, that's exciting.
You're gonna make your way to a game?
Are you single, Butko?
Pardon?
Are you single?
No.
You're not single.
Nope. I've got a girlfriend of almost 8 years now.
What?
How did we not know this? What's her name?
Her name's Jackie.
Okay.
Wow.
Aspiring teacher. So she
Wow.
just finished teaching college, and she was subbing at the end of last year. And
You guys have been dating since what? You're like 18?
yep, since we were 17, we went to prom together. We were dating in high school.
Hey,
We
Mike.
lived together up here on the mountain.
Mike married a Jackie. It's not the same Jackie, is it?
Not the same Jackie. I don't think so. I would think not.
I don't think so either. No, it's probably 8 years. I'm just trying to math. 8 years? No, it's not the one. That's
No,
not.
that's not. But
Oh,
Butko,
no.
congratulations. We'll
Yeah,
have to bring her on the show one day.
Sure. I'm
Are you sure she's not like, have you seen this show, Sesame Street? Do you know who Snuffleupagus is? Snuffleupagus is the one animal that only comes out once in a while that no one ever sees. So it's a bit of a figment of your imagination. Like when we see this young lady, who I'm sure is a beautiful, beautiful girl, then we'll believe it. Right now, I'm having a hard time believing it.
That's fine.
Isn't
That's fine.
Snuffleupagus the big purple elephant thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's who
You've
we're
been watching a
waiting.
lot of Sesame Street recently?
Wasn't that? Didn't we call Ozzy and a couple guys Snuffleupagus?
Yeah, that was a different reason. We can't go there on this show.
So you know what? That's the Snuffleupagus or the what? Hey Aunt, the anteater. Hey Aunt. There's it's a similar, right? The similar trunks and
Very
stuff. But
similar.
yeah. It's all good.
Hey,
It's all
Bucko,
good.
she approves. Your young lady approves of this setup in your room here. This is Jackie approved. It is, huh?
Mostly.
Yeah.
She hates this chair.
Yeah, I would think so. I would
But-
think so. What can we do about that chair? Is there a sponsor out there? Does the Ticats have a sponsor? Lazy Boy, the Brick, someone that can maybe
don't.
help you out?
Yeah.
Let's look into that.
We'll help. And I told you I've got the lampshade. I did keep it in my garage for you, so I do have the lampshade. Hey, I have to know, is it like the single one that just screws on, or is it like a double one that comes down? Do you know?
It's like one of those wires that hugs the actual bulb.
Oh, I don't think I have that one to fit here.
The bulb hugger. The bulb hugger. Oh, hey, another thing. I got
Yes,
in
Glenn.
crap last week for having we already talked about this earlier. This light you have beside you, Butko, this is okay? This is approved by
Yeah, move your
Mr.
head.
Cano?
Move your head. Look at
If
that
I
thing.
move my head,
It's blinding us.
Move- pay for it.
What are you, what kind of, you're moving your neck.
yeah,
Okay,
if I move my head, they'll have to pay for it. So let's avoid that.
Ah.
let's get them to pay for it. Let's get them to pay for
We
it.
have our guest finally.
Oh
You're kidding.
boy.
Okay, well, Buck, we'll let the guy in now. Like, it's just been so long. Look at this guy. He's got his own studio. He's the #1 tackler in Ticat history. I told him to
Look
come
who's
back in
talking.
15 minutes. He came back in 34, which is a record. Which is a record. Thank you. Thank you for, you know what happens if Hitch doesn't take his pills in the morning for 34 minutes?
what?
He's young. He's, look at,
Yo,
God, you're cutting into our time here.
my bad. Listen, I heard I was on with Rob Hitchcock, Mike Morreale. Like, come on, man. I had to give you guys your time. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
Classic
I see.
show
I
per
thought you were-
usual. But
I-
Mike, I have
Yes,
a
sir.
bunch of things for you. I have a bunch of things.
Okay.
First, I'm gonna start by saying your daughter is such a sweetheart. So at the game,
Oh,
when you guys came back for the '99 celebration, she came up to me and she was like, "Can I take a picture? You're cool." I was like, "Yeah, of course." So I took a picture with her, and then I was like, "Your dad's a legend," and she looked at me and said, "You are too." Yo,
I trained for
my
one.
heart almost like drowned. I was like, yo, what the heck?
So what do we got here? Where now? You and I live just around the corner from one another.
That's another
Right.
thing, and you still haven't came and visit me, man.
Well, I'm scared. I'm a little bit scared. I gotta walk home. I gotta make sure I walk there so I can walk home. That's what I gotta do.
Rob, I was thinking last night, right, while I was watching the Tiger Cats play BC Lions, I was like, what other football player to turn this season around than Rob Hitchcock? I was
Exactly.
like, you would be the perfect player to go in there and turn the whole season around. If you just think about it. Look, not only are you a hard hitter, you're going to set the tempo. You can start defense, set the tempo on defense. Don't forget the other 100 special teams tackles that we desperately need right now. You know what I'm saying, Rob? I was like, yo, the perfect player for this situation, Rob Hitchcock.
And what? Thank you for that. But both hamstrings would be in my back. But other than but what did I tell you last night? I said, hey, this was off the cuff. I said last week, Mike and I had a little show, and I said, this is just me. This is nothing spinning around. But I said, wouldn't it be great Labor Day or earlier? Simoni makes an appearance and comes back, and Mike says he's hamstring blown or something. But I think you could still play.
I think somebody could do it. I'd be asking for lots of money, buddy. I'd be asking for lots of money. I'd get the contract with a VP of Ops tag and then a president of some other. They just keep adding names, titles. You're good.
Yo, Mike, where were you my whole life? I love your language. What are you doing? You live down the street. Come give me some of this free game. I'm trying to be CEO.
You'll get some free love from me.
Simoni, you could be like a pitcher. You can only go in for a certain amount of plays.
Oh my gosh! Absolutely zero specialties.
No specialties. Nothing. No, they'll figure that out.
Okay, let's do it. All right, let's do a scenario. Right, let's call it. What if? What would you want if you were coming back and you were Simoni Lawrence?
Ooh.
Oh, you mean contract wise?
Yeah. What if? Let's play. What if? Let's play. What if? Because this is all what if.
True. This could be. Better write this down.
Sure.
Write it down.
Private jet, 100%. I got to hook up.
I'm right.
Private jet.
All right, so private jet.
Yeah,
Private
I got to hook
jet.
up for sure on that.
All right.
But you got to be able to bring your family, and by family, that's a loose term. You bring whoever you want that you
Okay.
met at the club. So your club family.
Family.
Bring your club family.
Okay, family all has to be there. Where are they sitting? Is it a
in a
box
suite.
or is it a
Suite.
Suite.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
you're definitely sweet.
Sweet. Okay.
Definitely sweet. Now, what do you like to drink? What do you like to eat? That's got to be stocked for you at all times. All times.
My mom likes seafood and all that fancy stuff.
Got it.
Seafood
Load it.
towers? Okay.
Claws,
seafood towers.
lobster tails,
Load it up.
scallops. Yeah. Scrimps. Get yourself some
Hold
barbecue
on.
scrimps.
But look, I like going to watch basketball games, so I got to be able to bring my family, right?
Come to me. I'll hook you.
Okay, cool.
We'll hook you up there too. Courtside. Gotta be courtside. Feet
Gotta
on the
be
floor.
courtside. Good for the brand, right?
That's courtside. Absolutely.
Yeah. No. So you know that there's no special teams, and you're in every. I would say every third series.
Okay.
Every
You
third
can
series.
go- or
Third series, okay.
depending on how you're feeling. Sometimes you might be feeling bad, so maybe every second, but every third series you go in. You know what? And if it's a long drive, like 6-8 plays, you
Yeah.
gotta come off. Because you're not going to be the one that's going
Right.
to cause the touchdown. So yeah, you're good.
And no fork is never mind.
Now listen, Rob. Right, once you said that about Rob coming back, he's already started saucing up again. He's going to pick out the thickest
Rock
side.
solid. He's
never
rock solid. He's rock
never
solid.
stopped, Simoni.
Yo, he's rock solid. I hugged him the other day. I was like, yo, what the hell? It's like, boy's jacked up still.
Hey, 54 this year, buddy. 54.
Legendary.
54.
Legendary.
How about this? There's a good scenario,
Yeah.
Mitzi. You come back on the inside slot.
Ooh. Okay.
Simoni plays right in front of me.
Okay.
I come back and get a series every quarter. That's all I'm in for, the series. But I get to see 21 in front of me move around.
nice.
That would be.
Yo.
So when I sometimes without kidding around, sometimes you think about who the guys you played with, and on defense, like you know this, like Joe Montford, the Tim Terrys, the Cheatwoods, like the guys that played before you, and when you first came in the league, these guys were like, veterans. But I look at some of the guys past, and especially you, and watching your career in Hamilton, and how far you've come, and it's been an honor to watch you, pal. Like, it is really truly. Sometimes you wish you got to play with guys, and I wish I got to play with you, because
He would have fit right in. You would have
yeah,
fit
you know
right
what?
in.
Not just, you've heard this before, Simoni, but honestly, it's just one of those things that you're such an ambassador on the field and off the field. People listen to you, and they just gravitate to you, and I think that's a special quality that you have. And for guys to play with you and have the ability to play with you, they should be thankful, because you know what, you bring everything good in everybody, and I think that's awesome, man.
Man, I appreciate it, Rob. But look, to be completely honest, you guys the one that's paved the way. You guys made the city so beautiful and able to fit people like me, you know what I'm saying? Because let's be real, my personality's not for everybody. You gotta be a different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So playing it here in Hamilton, where they accept people for being themselves and stuff, you guys paved that. You know, I heard Rob Hitchcock was driving Corvettes drop top, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. That was the Mustang. That was the Mustang shirt off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I heard the stories, man. Come on.
Absolutely. No, Simoni, you would have fit right in. No doubt about it. I was thinking about this the other day. You would have fit right in. Fantus would have fit right in nice.
Yep,
I think secretly Luke is a closet freak. That's what I secretly think.
Hey, listen, me and Luke went to the Country Music Awards together.
No.
He's a boy. He's a guy.
I knew it.
He's a guy.
He's a man. He's
a big man.
Absolutely.
Luke's
I think Mike Daly will fit in there nice.
Revenberg would come in.
Revenberg would fit. How about our boy from, oh my God, why am I forgetting his name? Offensive lineman from McMaster.
Gravifield.
Oh, Chris.
Oh, Van Zyl.
He's in. Hey, oh my gosh, let me tell you guys a funny story about Chris. So Chris played at Toronto for a long time, long time. And me and Chris used to be like the most evilest people to each other. We took the rivalry to another level. You know what I'm saying? And then when he came to Hamilton, it took me probably 5 minutes to be like, I love this guy. He's just like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We had a pair just like that. Mike O'Shea was our middle linebacker.
Yeah.
And when he was in Toronto, but he also played for us. And Dave Mack was the tackle. And those two guys hated each other. Went toe to toe, ripped gouge eyes, punching this stuff. After the game, they were best friends. Best friends after the game.
Exactly. I wish. And that's why I tell everybody I wish I played in the '90s, because this 2K stuff is weird. You know what I mean? Because it's so you football's where you can let all your aggression out. You can go violently with man-on-man contact, talk trash to the boys. But at the end of the day, it's football, and you get off the field and you're back to real life. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand why that transition. 90 players, they were ripping each other's heads off, and then hanging out the next day. You know what I mean? It's not.
So how did you do that, Simone? When Rob played, Rob, led with his forehead just about every time, or his forearms. Now you can't do anything. You can't. How do you become a defensive player, a linebacker, and have to think about how I got to tackle a guy because I can't go low, I can't go high, I can't do this, I can't. It's crazy to me.
It's absolutely crazy, and that's a great question. The way it starts happening is you start putting yourself at danger. You know what I'm saying? So it's I started saying, okay, look, I'm only going to tackle one way. You know, I'm going to go low and I'm going to chop the legs out. That's it. That's all I'm going to do is chop the leg out. So that's what kept me safe. But then there's plays where you got to get the ball out, and you can't get the ball like normally. I can look at the football and put my face mask on it, right? Exactly. But the trajectory of players move around so much, you know what I'm saying? So now I got to turn my shoulder to get the ball out. And you guys know what happens when you hit the side of your head, you know what I'm saying? And that's the only way to get the ball out. But, you're ringing your bell every time you do that as well, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely way more dangerous for defensive players than a lot of people even understand, you know what I mean? It's you got to protect them and yourself.
Perfect example on the transition from the 60s when Angela Mosca and Joe Barrow and all those guys played in the 70s and 60s, and they used to tape There you go. They used to tape, like Don Southern said to me, he used to tape tinfoil to his arms, like thick tinfoil, and then put a pad over top so then they come up with the forearm shiver and they hit the quarterback in the head. Like that. So then that transitioned to, when we were playing in the early mid 90s, I think you know a guy by the name of Mike Pringle.
Yeah.
So he was probably one of the toughest, he was the toughest running back that I've ever played against. Hard runner. We called him, ball of fire, ball of muscle, because he was like 210, like 5'10", and he just would run. So we had a pattern, and I've talked about this before with him as well. We never talked about it in the beginning, but we just had this thing where the first time we met each other in the hole, we both bucked each other like two buckhorns, and we kind of looked at each other, we shook our heads, and I never went low. I never really hit low. I never went low on guys. I never took their knees out. That's just the way I was brought up, to hit people up in the chest, try to knock them out. But I always hit him high, and he never made a move on me in the field. So if he broke it outside and I was coming at him, he wouldn't make a move on me. We would always connect with our heads, and we did that for
idiots. Two idiots.
Simoni, idiots. But we talked about it when we were done, when we were tired, and he's like, it was just something that we knew.
Yeah.
That it was just, he knew, he respected me as a player and a hitter, and I respected him as a runner, a hard runner. And the fans love those collisions. But I feel it now.
Listen,
I feel it now.
I'll tell you, that's a great story, and I'll tell you why I started going low. It was 2013. I got here. I was smacking stuff. I hit this guy from Montreal. You could see him go to sleep before he touched the ground, right? And then and in the Grey Cup that year, I hit somebody, got a concussion. Coach O came up to me and said, "Listen, if you keep hitting like that, you're not going to play too much longer. Go low." Hey, saved my life.
I don't know, Simoni, if you've ever seen Calvin Tiggle play. Calvin Tiggle, who was before you, he would torpedo guys. That was his move. He'd get this far off the ground, like horizontally, and he'd take guys out. That was his game.
It's so fun.
And if you tried to jump, you got hurt. He was going to take you out. But it was. Oh, here comes Butko.
What's up, Butko?
What's happening?
David came in here and kicked legendary Rob Hitchcock out of the podcast, guys.
Honest to God, David Butko.
David Butko
kicked him out of the podcast.
David Butko got upset with Rob Hitchcock and kicked him out of the podcast.
All this talk, executive producer's gone right to your head.
That's crazy. Hey, man. Hey, listen, David. They say don't let the money change you. Let it change you, bro.
It's changing. Now, I'd like to see him spend some money on a new Lazy Boy. The one in behind is killing it. I don't know if you know Simoni. If you've noticed, he's got the soundproofing on the back wall to muffle the screams at night. That's why.
Oh my gosh, you did
just to muffle the screams. That's why. Because I don't know what goes on there. I don't know. I found out today that Butko has a girlfriend of 8 years.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
I know. This is impressive.
David, congratulations. When you getting married, bro? All right, so let me give you some game, bro. I had this girlfriend, doctor, dating her for a while, you know what I'm saying? And, I was dating her for, 11 years, and, it just gets too long, bro. So, if you like her, go get a ring, bro, put it on her and just marry her, you know what I'm saying? There's no more reason to wait after 8 years. I don't even think after 5.
You don't know now.
Yeah, if you don't know now, bro, go do what you got to do, bro.
Now, we're assuming, Simoni, that it's his choice. It may be her choice. She may just say, David, come on.
I don't think so. I think David Butko got some, funny humor where he's going to be he's probably very attentive to his woman, pays attention to her all the time, knows her needs, just does stuff. Yeah, very smooth. I see it.
He just nods.
So I'm just saying, David, go get a ring, Barry Jewelers. Those are my people. They'll put some extra diamonds on there for you too, bro. Tell them I got you.
No cubic zirconia.
No, bro. Just don't do it, bro. Just I don't know. Take a loan out, bro. Like you about to buy a car or something, and just put it on her. You know what I'm saying?
Because they will check.
They will check.
We'll get that thing.
Them
It'll be
diamond
like,
testers.
yes.
Bro, like you see our voice goes up on that echo screen, right? Bro, them diamond testers are real, David. So make sure you get her the real thing, bro. But don't be a fool. Money can't buy you love, but I feel like you already in love, bro.
Yeah. Thank
You know
God.
what I'm saying?
No money. I know what they pay on the show, Simone. You know what they pay.
Wait, you get paid? We just cracked another code, guys. Woo!
Oh, well, David, you worked out perfect. Hitchcock, you can't get back into the show. He has no idea how to get back into the show.
Yo, free Rob, man. Free Rob.
Rob.
David cyberbullied him.
Oh, God. I can't believe what you did to Rob.
Come on, man. We were having such great conversations.
He'll never be the same. I'll tell you what, David, if I ever see you about town, I'll tell you something classy that our friend Simoni did. I happened to see Simoni. I was out for dinner with the wife and some friends at Lobby. Shout out to Lobby.
Yo, shout out to Lobby and them boys. Yeah.
Lobby. And I'm rolling in, and Simoni rolls in, and he's the man of the town. He sees me, comes over, says hi, returns back 30 seconds later with a couple shots of tequila. No questions asked. That's respect, man.
It's just respect thing, man. Just
For
respect
you,
thing, you know?
Minimum 2 bottles. Because you owe me a lot. You owe me a lot. Right? Yeah. The good stuff, too. The good stuff.
The great stuff. The great stuff. That was, hey, Mike, that was that 1942,
I know
too.
it
You know what I'm
was.
saying?
I could tell it was. Just the way it tasted. I knew it wasn't Jose Cuervo.
Oh, nah, I would never do you like that, man. I wouldn't even do that to an enemy.
Oh, my goodness. How long have you been on this thing for?
55 minutes. I assume. Rob texted me saying he can't get back on.
That's right.
Oh, man. All right, man. So first of all, I'd like to thank Rob Hitchcock,
Yes.
legendary linebacker / free safety. Imagine playing free safety with Rob Hitchcock. What I would do, I'd be like, hey, Rob, let's do a switch drop. I would let Rob sit right on that tracks, and then I would tell everybody, force everything into the middle and cover high and stay outside. And Rob, you got to cover everything in the middle. Anything comes here, you smack the shish out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. I kid you not, because I played with Rob for 8 years. I played against him for 4.
Yeah.
There was no other linebacker or a safety in the league that could do what Rob did. Rob would put the fear of God in you. I saw receivers go to sleep in the air.
Yeah.
In the air. And then, when the fingers cramp up?
Yeah. Oh, we got him! Yes! We got him back! Yes! We spoke Rob Hitchcock back into existence. Let's go! Even though it's a little crooked, we got Rob Hitchcock back, baby! Let's go!
You know what? I'm done.
Oh, my God. What happened?
My brother called. I hit decline, and then all this shit happened. So
What brother? Which one?
Paul.
Paul called.
I'm gonna blame him. Butko. So none of that got uploaded then?
No. It just stopped when you got a call.
He's just upset he has hard work.
David got to put together a hell of a show. That's it. Ain't nothing. Easy work. Next man up. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's work.
Hey, apologies there, buddy. Apologies.
Don't apologize. It's the best part of the show when you were gone.
Nah, Simoni Lawrence did not say that.
Oh man.
So you came on this show, Simoni. You nobody told you what to say, what was going to happen. We have no idea what the hell's going on half the time. What did you expect on this show? And what is the talk around Ticats Audio about this show? Because other people put in some serious effort. Us two idiots don't do anything.
No, I think with all the shows that are player based, I've noticed that the rapport is just there.
Yes.
Like me talking to Mike Daly or me talking to Courtney Stevens, we're just talking football, and that's what you guys do. I mean, sometimes it's a soap opera sometimes. I like you guys sit down, get your popcorn ready and stuff and get ready. But it's entertaining. People pay for information, especially from a Mike Morreale and Rob Hitchcock. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know what Rob Hitchcock is going to eat for breakfast today. What are you eating for breakfast? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. Like, and that's I mean, Rob doesn't have a social media presence. I never see him. You know what I mean? I'm
That's
like, how
on
can you
purpose.
smack? But how can you smack so many people and not let them know where you are in case they want to get smacked
on
again? You know what I'm saying?
The best thing Rob did going back 20-something years ago was move out of Hamilton with his wife. That was the smartest move he made. Or else
Oh,
he'd
Mustang
still be
Rob,
staying
Mustang
with his
Rob.
and his tits hanging out. That's what would have been happening.
No, my wife's from here, so I didn't want to leave Hamilton, but
Yeah.
hey, you know what? It was a 20-minute, 25-minute
Smart.
into the. Yeah, it was smart. It was smart. But my ties, born and raised in Hamilton
Of course.
until I was,
Yeah.
So Hamilton's always my home. I always think of it as my home. But yeah, you know what? It's been fun. It's been fun. You know what? You're gonna be there for life anyway, Simoni. Right? You're there for
I
life.
love it here. I'm sitting on the water, just hanging out. Me and my little doggy. I recently just got a girlfriend that I really, really like in Canada too, guys. That's
Did
why
I meet her at the bar or no?
No,
Okay.
no. This is
I
like
didn't
brand
meet
new.
anybody at the bar. Just to clear. Let me.
We didn't meet anybody.
Didn't meet anybody.
There's a lot of people. Lots of people around.
I
But
can't
yeah.
tell. There's a lot of people that follow Simoni around. I can't tell. You know those kind of shark, those little fish that just come around? I can't help. That's what happens.
Yeah.
They're fish.
But yeah, the consensus is we love the Rob Hitchcock and Mike Morreale show. You know what I mean?
Right.
We like hearing what the guys used to do because that's like fascinated to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's always those like you got to study history. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys are going through all the transitions, and I'm just like, what can I pick up? What did Rob do next? What did Mike do next? You know what I'm saying? Because you'll be a fool if you don't get the information you can use, and they literally went through the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why wouldn't I tell the players all the time, like, yo, these are the shows y'all need to be watching while you're playing football. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen to the players that are played the game before. Listen to the people that are like talking about the game, that understand the game. These are the talk shows that you need to listen to. Because you're getting information
In a real
that you can
perspective.
use in
It's
a
a
real
real
way. You know what I mean? Look, I know we all got bills to pay and stuff, but we still say what we want at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Can't cancel us. They can't cancel us.
Like, you see, I like Rob Hitchcock, you're going to get the real from him. Mike Morreale, you're going to get the real from him. And that's why they said, come on this show. I'm like, I'm coming. Everybody else, I charge them triple.
Exactly. Well, you do know how much they pay.
Hey, Beatsy, did you ask Simoni about? You probably did in the 15 minutes I was gone.
We made fun of you.
I know, yeah, of course you did. But hey, we're talking. Okay, longevity of careers, right? Simoni, you played a long time. With 12, 13 years? 12?
13 years.
13 years, yeah. Same. Mike played 12, same thing, right? So guys that have played that long, and here's the thing. I know the game has changed. Like you've heard this before. We used to have a pretty cool locker room at Iverwood Stadium. It was our home. As much as we don't have the amenities as Tim Hortons Field, but it was our place, right? It was our house. We had low rent district. We had the hood. We had we were in the high district. It was myself, Ozzy. We had 4 seats at rates. We saw like the O line at the back. We had the D lineman to our left, and it was like a big rectangle. And then we had our receivers, DBs on the right. We had 4 seats, and we had a fridge. We controlled the stereo because back then you had a stereo, right? You don't have all these ear pods.
Right.
We had the stereo, and we had a fridge, and the fridge was full of beer.
Okay? Always.
Our coaches had 2 to 3 cases of beer in there after every single game for us. Every game.
Let's go.
And you know what? We as a team and building that relationship with each other. Not everyone had a drink. Not everyone drank, and which is completely fine. But we had a beer after every single game in the locker room, or we take it out in the parking lot and have a quick one. And I know the game has changed, and you have to. But we played a long time, and we did that thing. We did that routine every single week. We weren't drinking the shakes. We weren't doing the workouts after riding the bike. And I know you got to do it because the game's changed. The science has taken over, and I get it. But we look at the guys that played a long careers. Like there's a lot of guys that we played with that played 10, 9, 10, 12 years and did the same thing. Like how was that changed when you played? I know you didn't. And I know it's drinking and driving.
No, because it's the same thing, Rob. It's the same thing. Those cut. I call them like certain cut players. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just built different. You know, I call them the bad boys of the leagues. You know, they do what makes them happy. You know, that's what I do. I don't do what nobody. I do what makes me happy, and that's how we're able to perform for such a long time. Because you stay in the game at a level where you let things make you miserable and you're doing things that you really don't want to do, and then it just starts eating you up. Everybody's like, how do you stay happy? Because I literally do what I want to do, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the game now is mad soft right now as far as like longevity happening, because people aren't working the way that they used to. One thing about the boys that are gonna like not do the shakes and everything and go out on the nighttime or go have some fun, you know, go show the city some love or something, they're working. They're working. They're the hardest workers everywhere.
You put that pressure on yourself.
You know what I'm saying? They're the hardest workers.
It's almost like you got to inflict a little pain on yourself because you had to have fun. So if you're gonna have fun, that's okay. You just got to take the pain with it. I remember many a days doing a lot of stupid shit, but I worked. I had to work it out.
Come on,
that's the
game. Yeah. And that's just the name of the game, man. It's take care of your body the way you know to take care of your body. Because don't nobody got the science. Some people do one thing, die the next day, God forbid. And then some people do the wrong thing and live 100 years. You know what I mean? Nobody has the science on this, you know? I'm all about, do what makes you happy. Do what fills you up. Do what keeps you smiling at a time. And, like, man, you can do whatever for the longest. Like,
sorry, Rob. I'm going to ask you a very serious question. This is not normal, but you played a long time. Mm-hmm. You've been to Grey Cups. You got no rings. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to be. How do you deal with that? Because I look at a guy like Milt Stegall. I'll put you in the same class, right? To future. Well, Milt's already a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer, Wall of Famer. You name it. Played that long, that many tackles, that many plays. And you leave the game after a long career, and that's the one thing you just couldn't get. And it's just sometimes. How do you deal with that?
I understand that football is the ultimate team game. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I know that from 2013 until I retired, I got to like beat people up, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like the champions are the champions, you know what I'm saying? But all the champions know like who beat them up like real bad, you know what I'm saying? Like you go back and watch that Grey Cup game here, like the offensive lineman of the league, Stanley Bryant, I pick him up like this, boom, you know what I'm saying? Like it's different, you know what I'm saying? It's different. And when you go to the Grey Cup, you get MVP of the team, and you freaking go to the Grey Cup with the team. It's like we're a freaking big team, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, you give, as long as you know that you gave everything that you could every day. I didn't miss any practices. I come to practice, work, same attitude every day. I gave it everything I had. So I can look at people like, yeah, you got a championship, but you took plays off. You took days off. I don't care. You know what I mean? I didn't take no days off. I didn't take plays off. So, like, I can look at myself and be like, man, yeah, he's that, but he's not really tough.
That's a perfect response. It's a perfect response because I look at Milt the same way. I don't give a shit whether you won a Grey Cup or not. That dude was one of the best receivers I've ever seen play. And you're one of the best linebackers I've ever seen play. It's the respect on the field. What the fans think or what people in the media think is irrelevant. All that matters is in the locker room and who you're playing against and your peers. That's all that matters. I don't think people realize. Yes, the fans, and you're amazing with the fans. You're amazing, and they love you in return as they should, and they loved Rob, and sometimes they love me, and sometimes they did. All depends.
That's the Toronto.
Yeah,
go to Edmonton like me and Rob. Not Toronto.
But you know what? It's the boys, and when you see us, they're tired of seeing us. There's no doubt about they're tired of seeing the '99 team over the last 25 years. And I don't take offense to it. I'm proud of the fact, but we're tired too. We want someone else to step in. But it's the boys, man. And when you're done and you come back to any of your Grey Cup teams that you went to the Grey Cup with and they honor you or they honor some of the guys, I will tell you, because we've gone through it the last 10, 20 years, there's no greater feeling in the world. There's no greater feeling to seeing the boy, because you're going to go your separate ways. And if you're fortunate like you are and like I was and Rob, we've still stayed in the game a bit, so we're not like the game hasn't left us completely. There's still something there to watch and touch. It's a nice soft landing, and you'll be here a long, long time. when you get to see those faces again, there ain't anything like it. I'm telling you.
Sure.
Doesn't matter you won or lost. It does not matter. The stories had nothing to do with what's on the field, anyways. Half the time,
But
it's
that's
crazy.
so true. It's so true, and also I would go as far to say it's a feeling, because when the '99 team comes and I give Hitchcock a hug, I give you guys all a hug and stuff, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? It still feels like I'm a part of that stuff. You know, because it's like it's Hamilton still at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the things that we do for the community, like. All around, like the way we keep things moving all around, like I say, nobody does a better job than the Tiger Cats than bringing everybody together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's a big community, and it's like, man, here come our OGs again, '99 team. Thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? And you still feel it because you're still grateful because the championships are for the fans in the city.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you feel good for that because what you were able to do for the fans. If anything, I'm sad as heck that I couldn't do that for the fans because that's the only thing that would eat me up is like me not being able to provide that with the fans because there's people that are kill over Simoni Lawrence and I couldn't, you know what I'm saying, do that for the fans. So that would be the only thing. But the championship things, I'm like Charles Barkley. He's all right. He's in good shape.
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. Well, just before we take off here, like the impact again, what we talked about earlier, but the impact of on the field that you had. So my kids, my daughter is going to be 20 in September, August, and my son's going to be 18. And you know when they see me on the field with you or giving you a hug and they're with me at the games, they're like, "Man, you're friends with Simoni?"
They should be like Simoni's friends with Rob.
Yeah. Because
my daughter thinks you're a legend.
Yeah,
and you
our kids never watched me play. My daughter was 3, right? Like when I retired in 07, she was 3. I had her on the field. I got a picture of her on the field with me holding her in diaper. So now to come around full circle, and we're cool dads now because we know you, right? And we know. So I think the impact. I just like to see that full circle. It just means we're getting a hell of a lot older, but it's so nice to see that, you know, the kids. Because when we were playing 25 years ago in 95 when we started, or 30 years ago now, those young kids are now in their 50s and 60s that are watching us and still remember us. So you don't want to get there too quick, but I'm telling you, it's sure fun. It's sure fun going back to the stadium and seeing all, you know, with all your numbers. We see a few Morreale a couple of numbers out there. 78. You have a few numbers, Meatsy.
Oh, 78. I started my number in Toronto when I first started.
78.
Yes. That hurt.
Bad.
That hurt. At that time, I'm like, give me whatever number. I don't care. Except they gave me 78, which doesn't look good on a receiver. It looks slow.
I would burn all those pictures.
Oh, man.
Bad.
The lot looked
Bad.
Rob still couldn't get me down. Don't worry about it. We had our battles. Okay, Liz, I got a real job. Oh, look. Hey.
Whoa, bad boy Rob.
It's the size of the shoulder pads.
Yo, he looked like he would smack shit, though. He looks like he's all head first.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, no, you look like, all right, so listen, real quick story. I was in high school. That guy is this guy, what is this linebacker name? He played at Interboro High School. He looked just like that. His neck pads was up, and I'm a city kid. We're going to play those big country boys, right? So you look just like the middle linebacker. I turned the corner. He hit me so hard, my visor cut my lip. No. I was like, yeah, that was the last time I played running back. I'm gone.
Oh.
Like, I already know what those kind of boys bring, yo. If I can look at you and tell what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? I love this game, you know. Like I get it.
Those pads, mates. You know, everyone wore the pads. Like Montfort had the big pads, and finally after evolution of the pads, like those were the pads. When you hit someone, they almost bounced off you. That's why the hits look so good when you crush guys. But then my later career, I went down to the smaller ones. And I didn't like them as much. I didn't like them too. I had to look good. I wanted to look good. I couldn't make a pick.
No, you couldn't put his arms above his head.
That's the only reason I wear those little pads.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man.
Listen, guys, I love y'all. I got a real job I got to get to at some point here. Like I said, I got to earn my keep. This has been awesome. Simoni, we're going to have you on anytime. We should bring Simoni on as our third guest, for God's sake.
Yo,
then you get an extra paycheck.
I do this for the love of the franchise.
Listen, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. Simoni, thank you very much, brother. It was amazing having you on. You were still in my top 5. Before the show started, I gave a top 5 defensive players at Ticats of all time. You're in there. So is Rob. So is Ben Zambiazzi and Les Browne and Ange Mosca. God, there's so many. Then there's Mike Walker, Grover Covington. I can't even stop. Anyway, the point is, out of 100 and something years, to be in the top 50 is amazing, let alone the top 5, at least in my eyes.
Yeah.
So to a future Hall of Famer and future Wall of Famer from a Wall of Famer, and hopefully one day, I mean, just a schmuck like myself. But it's been an absolute pleasure on behalf of me and Rob and our friend David Butko in his parents' basement. We love you. We appreciate you having us on, and hopefully we'll do it again sometime.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you guys so much for having me, and thank you for the free game. We call it free game. Listen to the older guys. Free game, guys. Free game.
Free game.
Still big game. Later, everybody. Talk to you guys soon. Bye now.
That's another episode of Morreale and Hitch on the Ticats Audio Network. Have a question or a comment for them? Email us at mnh@ticats.ca. That's MANDH@ticats.ca.